Ladies and gentlemen, a shut update, and we are upstairs, and I don't do a whole lot up here. Again, this is where I keep the planes, ships, cars, figures, and the armor side of things. We don't do much up here. It gets hot in the summer. You don't want to stay up here. There is fans, but again, we like the flow of the bottom. It's just in and out. But anyway, well, I'll try to do more upstairs. Maybe a different angle. You can see the other, the other side of the art. I want to talk about Squadron. Squadron, if you probably have not heard, was a mail order business here in the States. They finally went under. They're completely gone. And my understanding was Special Hobby, or CMK, went in and bought everything. Well, I assumed that they bought the name, and I misunderstood that. They went in and bought basically all the stock, and everything that wasn't bolted down, they bought all the inventory. The name, like Squadron, and I guess the business side of that, it filed for chapter whatever type of bankruptcy, and that was the end of that. But anyway, again, I don't want to, this ain't a bash fest. I mean, a lot of us have ordered through Squadron. We've had our we've had our stories of it. But anyway, I want to do a little history of it, and we're going to kind of start backwards a little bit. Their mailer. Everyone knows about their mailer, and this was their last incarnation. I actually have in June, July, and August. The last ones I kept, and they are full colored. And the ones that I really remember the most are the old ones in the 80s and 90s. They were black and white, and they were basically about this size, and you couldn't wait to get them and see what they had in there. Squadron, for me, now I bought a lot from them, and they had I called it a bargain bin, which was just bag kits, and I think I bought every week just a certain amount of bag kits growing up, because it was, why get the box when you can get the model for a fraction of the cost. But anyway, they did color, but I do not have, I can't say I don't have. It may be somewhere. It may be shoved in one of these kits. It may be shoved in the old library, which is shoved in totes. I may have the 80s, 90s flyer in one of those, but I do have the very first Squadron mail order, and I'm going to tell you, highway robbery back then. This came out in 1970, Volume 1, Number 1, and just the same like normal mail orders, decal sheets, all that good stuff. Where is it? It gave a little bit of like history. That's one thing I liked about the old, the very old supplements here, and how things work. How things you can scratch build templates. And where is it? I won't show that page. It's got the dude's address that I got it from. Again, talk about conversions, old school way, handwritten before the internets. We got kit reviews, and of course now we get into the good stuff. When you used to couldn't wait to see what was in the flyer so you could order it. And now my understanding throughout the life of Squadron is the original owner, he started it, did a whopping business, basically retired, sold it. The second gentleman had it. He did pretty good. I think at the tail end, I think he, I want to say, had health issues. This is where it gets sketchy for me. I really haven't found out exactly how, and that's the third, which I assume I want to say a business firm got Squadron, and basically, it was models and supplies for the first two times. The third time they were trying to make it into die-casts, maybe toys or something, basically like a name, kind of like what Toys R Us did, what I assume, because they were doing that with FAO Schwartz. But anyway, that's just my my quick understanding of it. But anyway, I do have an original flyer. Squadron, as you all know, got in. That's going to fall. Better put that. Squadron got into the kit making business. Of course, they, did the aforementioned Hanabo kit, which I think is slick. There's actually 3 of these. There's this one. The second one is a civilian one, which I do have, and there's a third one which says like Alien Invader, and I do not own that one at this time, and that's one I would like to have to complete the trifecta set. But anyway, they did make kits, and they did make, I don't know who made, I want to say starter kits for young modelers, and they had them, which I'll probably end up getting one of those eventually. And I had to go rob them from the workbench, but since they're collector items now, I thought I'd go ahead and save the tools. They are cheap. They do have the Squadron brand, which I like to. The only thing I didn't dig out was they did canopies, they did some resin, they did a little bit of everything, and that's somewhere up here, wherever I got it stashed at. But anyway, Squadron is done. But anyway, I wanted to show that. They've been around a long time, and we always, most of us U.S. modelers did buy from them. And one thing that they did do that I never did buy at the beginning, I had to buy it later in life, was Squadron had the Squadron Reuben figures, and these were white metal. And of course, me, had to buy the female figure there, which I thought was pretty darn slick. But anyway, I like stuff like this, and I really didn't pay attention. I really wasn't a figure guy, growing up, and then later in life, you did become a figure guy. And but anyway, one of those things. I do have a couple of these that have the Squadron Reuben logo, and they've been anyway. They had their hand in a lot of stuff. Anyway, Squadron's done. So anyway, I assume Sprue Brothers will take over. But anyway, that's what I got on Squadron. One more, and vintage. Now, I only have a replica of the box because I haven't been able to find one yet, and that is a Mary Manufacturing Revell Get Well card. Back in 58, 60, they had a Get Well card for either girl or boy, 2 genders. And you got and this is just a cardboard box, but I wanted the box art. You basically got told you to perk up boy, get well, and you opened it up, and it had 3 basically toys or trinkets, if you will. The girls had like I want to say lipstick, something. That one I only seen one time on a aftermarket website, but the perk up boy one had a 1958 Duncan training yo-yo, which I'm pretty sure this is the one that came with the card. It may be a tad bit smaller, but I ain't quite sure because there is hardly no information on the Revell part of it. But that is a wood one. Doesn't have the string, but anyway, that's authentic Duncan Get Well yo-yo. But the main thing that I wanted to get the card for was, if I can do it here so I don't spill it, and that is Revell's tiniest, oh my god, look what I did. Tiny. Let me do this again. Revell's tiniest model kits, and I wanted these. These are almost hard to find even with the box, and these are just, I think, fantastic. Get a Get Well card, and these were basically stacked like that with the Duncan yo-yo in there. And if you might be able to see it. Anyway, there's the plane, and of course in the 1958, man, they had Cat in the Hat, which I have one Cat in the Hat kit, but I only have not Cat in the Hat, which is the one I want. But anyway, I do have Dr. Seuss. I think I have the one on the right there. But anyway, there's that. Can't remember where it said. Yeah, right there, Berry Manufacturing. If you want to try to go find one of those. And then they had the Revell Nike, or I call it Nike, but anyway, that's these are hard to find, and I was amazed when I found them. I found both these, and then I happened basically the same day found a Duncan. Trying not to drop them this time. Yo-yo to go with it. So I have a complete set. I just got to try to find maybe hopefully one day I'll find the box to go with it. And if you want to see the kits, basically like 2 pieces, and that's basically how big it is. I mean, it ain't that big at all. Very, very simple. You've probably seen them, you know, many times and just passed it on by. But anyway, Revell's tiniest kits. We are adding inside the art. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. We are adding Revell's tiniest kits, and we talked about the good old days of Squadron. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for next exciting episode.